This is the 2024-2025 West Orange High School Youth Advisory Board. Our mission. Our mission is to make New Jersey roads and community roads safer through educational and legislative impacts, overall pushing New Jersey towards the Vision Zero goal. Our group consists of four committees: education, municipal, media, and policy. Our education committee. The goal here is peer to peer traffic safety awareness. This year, the education committee made several trips to elementary schools to talk about pedestrian and bus safety. Here, our presentees got involved in skits to make our presentations more engaging for these younger audiences to pick up and apply these skills if they ever find themselves in a situation like it. The Education Committee also helped to organize our Traffic Safety Week held at West Orange High School. Here during this week, we look to educate these new drivers or up and coming drivers on pedestrian and safe driver safety. Each day was allocated to a different topic, such as speed regulation, distracted driving, substance awareness, pedestrian and bike safety. We offered raffles and prizes, and this was able to draw more of an audience as we gathered over 200 responses from students. The students, as they approached us, participated in a pre-test as we quizzed them on their road safety. And here we received an average score of 50%. However, after our interaction during our post survey, we saw an improved result of 85%. This is some of the pictures from our Traffic Safety Week. The Education Committee also looked to participate in several community outreach events, such as the Stop for Nikhil event. Here we gathered hundreds of Stop for Nikhil safety pledges, pledging to stay safe and drive smart in order to save a life. We also hosted a pledge day. This was for the high school students as we gathered over 100 pledges. The pledge here was to ensure that they're practicing road safety when on the road or crossing the street. This is a annual tradition that we've done for several years now, and the day involves essentially having students place their thumbprint on a collage that we then hang up so that whenever the kids are passing by this collage, they remember and make sure to apply that message in their daily lives. The Education Committee also held our first ever trivia night at West Orange High School. This was not only to refresh driver education, but also to teach about new legislation to the student body. This was open to all of the high school from 9th to 12th grade, and we got over 40 active participants with even more in the audience cheering them on. This was to allow new drivers and up and coming drivers to make sure that they are practicing road safety and not being reckless on the road. The Education Committee also made presentations during the sophomore driver's ed classes. This was pivotal as these are new drivers or up and coming drivers, and we looked to make sure that we were reinforcing information that might have gone overlooked to these soon to be drivers, and having it come from a younger audience may be we thought might be more of an impact, or we might be able to communicate better with these young students. The Education Committee also had for several weeks hosted a daily announcement trying to spread our message on road and traffic safety. This message was heard by over 2,000 students from grades 9 to 12.
With some startling yet hopeful stats. Texting while driving is 6 times as deadly than driving while drunk. 25% of car accidents are the result of cell phone use. Approximately 11 teens die from texting and driving every day. While 94% of teen drivers acknowledge the dangers of texting and driving, only 35% of those polled admitted to texting and driving. That means us teens are on the right track.
The Education Committee also continue our annual tradition of presenting at the Earth Hour. Here we present in front of the mayor, state troopers, and other town officials, and Assemblywoman Rosie Bagoli. Here, this was to emphasize the relationship between environmental responsibilities and safe driving behaviors. Now, as for our municipal committee, the goal of this committee is to engage our community to promote traffic safety. This committee collaborated with pedestrians, our West Orange Pedestrian Safety Board and West Orange PD. We offered possible solutions and problems that we see on the road every day, such as a hard to see stop sign or a faded crossroad or an area where pedestrians might be crossing recklessly. The municipal committee also held surveys targeted to elementary parents. The survey looked to ask them about any hazards that they might notice when dropping off their child, or a bus issue, or anything that they might be experiencing that we can do to help and address at town meetings. We also put up traffic safety signs throughout our community near schools and high density areas. This was just a message to the drivers to make sure that they're practicing road safety and not getting distracted by their phones or anything else on the road. As for our media committee, the goal of this committee is to engage with our community via online means for a larger outreach. This committee makes multiple posts a week about prevalent or recent traffic safety issues, just trying to spread their awareness. Through this, we have gained hundreds of followers and spread across all accounts with thousands of views. This is to this allows people to ask us questions regarding traffic safety or our work, and provide motorist and non-motorist safety information and precautions. As for a policy committee, the goal of this committee is to make changes on the legislative level. This year, the policy committee focused on promoting the passage of Bill S2789, the 50-hour driving mandate. The bill essentially looks to ensure that any permit holder from the age of 16 to 21 logs 50 hours of driving with 10 hours at night before they can attempt to take their road test. This was put into effect February 1st, 2025. The policy committee also worked with Burlington City High School for the movement of Bill S4146. And here we heard a testimony from Senator Dignad and other members of the Youth Advisory Board. The goal of this bill was to require driver education and testing on responsibilities of drivers approaching non-motorists. The policy committee also helped to organize a visit to the State House, speaking with legislators and gaining an insight on the legislative process. The skills we learn here is something that we look to apply to our project moving on forward. As for accomplishments, the Youth Advisory Board this year presented at the New Jersey Bike Walk Summit hosted at Princeton University. Here we networked in outreach to increase the number of VIAG groups across New Jersey and spread our message and goal. We gave advice to up and coming traffic safety groups, just kind of sharing our experience and things that we've learned along the way, and things that we've failed with, and the lessons that we've learned from that failure. We have also been awarded $10,000 in cash prizes for the last 4 years and provided behind the wheel lessons for over 20 students. In the funds that we have, we also look to allocate to provide scholarships for determined students looking at higher education to make paying for the higher education more easier for these seniors. As for up and coming plans for the following year, we look to continue to present at both the elementary and high school level. We also look to launch our Kiss and Go campaign across West Orange to increase safety in school zones. This is an issue that we heard from many parents through our surveys and our involvement in the town hall meetings, where parents felt that the Kiss and Go lanes were just way too reckless and way too unsafe for these little children. We also want to continue our efforts with Bill S4146 and create and work with Burlington City High School to create a crossing guard acknowledgement campaign just to ensure the safety of these crossing guards, knowing how much they do for us on the daily. We also look to continue our social media presence and spread our traffic safety message on not just on a general level of specific new legislations that might be getting passed, etc. Also, we look to increase community safety by pushing for programs to repaint these roads markings or establish new traffic lights or signs in needed areas or stop signs in needed areas. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Again, we are the 2024-2025 West Orange High School Youth Advisory Board, and we look to continue our efforts to make the roads a safer place, not only for our community, but for the state in general.